Hi guys, most of you watching this don't know who I am or what I'm about. My name is Madison and this is my testimony story. So, when I was 9, I gave myself to Jesus Christ. Like most younger kids, when they just give it and that's all they do is they don't build on it. Well, I was that way. I didn't build a relationship with him, I didn't really pray or read the Bible. So it didn't mean much to me, it just meant I had a spot in heaven. Well, when I was 9, my parents began to get a divorce, and my grandfather died too. So that's pretty much the prime reason why I gave my life to him. I felt something in the Holy Spirit telling me that that was the only way to get comfort, and it did comfort me, but I didn't do anything with my relationship. So a couple years went by, and my sister was a senior. And so at this point, she had stopped going to church, and so had my mom, and so had I. So something had clicked in her, and she started to go to church again, and she became this strong, amazing Christian believer, and I'd never seen her like this before. The God had just moved in her, put His hand on her heart, and she began to invest in me. She started taking me to church and taking care of me and making sure I was okay, and it was an amazing feeling. And I started going to church and became stronger than ever, but it was still not where I should have been. I was, according to Hebrews, I was still just drinking the milk and not eating the meat. So she left for college, and I began to slip back into my old ways. But when I was around 12, I entered the youth group, and we went to youth group camp. It was my first year. I knew some of the people in the youth group already, but we weren't super close. Most of them knew my sister, and so that's how they looked at me as just her little sister. But they took me in, and I began to build this amazing relationship with all these just such strong believers. I had never seen this before. I never experienced such like a support system there. And our youth pastor was still fairly new, but he did such a great job ministering to me. And since then, I began to read my Bible and just invest my whole life into Him. And I grew in Him. And now we have this amazing bond, this amazing relationship that I've never had with Him before. And it's just so eye opening. So, for many years, He had told me I was going to be a missionary. I was very excited. I love to travel. I travel all the time. I love to love to see new cultures, and it's so just awesome to see that how they live, how their lives are so much different than ours. So I always knew I was going to be a missionary, but he never told me where I was going to go. So it was a little concerning to me. And last year, when I went to World Changers, it wasn't my first year, it was my third year, but we were doing the concert of prayer. And we were told to pray for ourselves, that He would open us and that He would come in and live in us and just prosper inside of us. And I began to pray, and my mind wouldn't focus on anything else but my call to missionary work. And I begged and I pleaded that He would move in me and tell me where I was supposed to go, because that's all I wanted. And when He did, I could not stop crying. I was so overwhelmed by the call the Holy Spirit gave me, but I was also so terrified of where it was. He called me to do mission work in Afghanistan, and that's one of the darkest places in the world, and it's so terrifying. But now you can see that I'm choking up, but it's not because I'm scared. It's because I'm so excited to start my life. I want to go there. I want to teach little children who don't ever get a chance to have an education except through ministry work. That's what I want to do. I want to teach co-ed, so that these little kids realize that the little boys realize that women are equal to them, and they should have the same opportunities. And this way, when you educate one woman, it stimulates the entire economy. And through this, I hope that I can stimulate the Middle Eastern economy and maybe help get them out of their dark ways. Because right now they're such a broken place to be at, and maybe God will use me to build their economy and thus leave them open to new ideas like Jesus Christ, how He came to save us. Maybe I can change the world.